Hey, beautiful people. Viv going live from York as normal. So couldn't resist my You Got This t-shirt. So I've had a bit of a crazy couple of weeks recently with my daughter being diagnosed autistic, and my son had a pre-diagnosis today, and they're probably autistic, and I've got a diagnosis in a while. And it just got me thinking about like different things and different labels and stuff. So I'm not someone who's really a massive fan of labels and stuff, but I think that's just a thing. But I can also see from what I've learned recently how it can be helpful to just get your head around who you are, what's going on, etc., etc. So part of what I do in my business and stuff like that is empowering people to be their best, intentional, wonderful, amazing selves. That is my biggest thing, because I spent a lot of my childhood and then adult life and stuff wondering who I was and how I fitted in. I don't really conform to gender stuff. I'd say I'm probably gender fluid if I was going to label myself. I don't really conform. I can remember being at school and I was given the part of shepherd boy because they'd given all the pretty girl parts away to people who could sing, and then they got to me and they sort of went, oh yeah. So I got mistaken for a boy a lot. I got diagnosed dyslexic in my third year, just before my exams of my degree. So again, another label, but actually it was useful to look back at my school life and go, oh, that makes sense to why I didn't understand certain things. I've been called the most disorganized, organized person you know, so I am very organized. I will never forget an appointment with you. If I make one, I'm always there for people, but I am also exceptionally messy sometimes, but then exceptionally tidy and organized. I've been called very inconsistent, but then I've consistently been going live for about 3 years now. Now I know I've switched the time and I've switched the dates, but I said I was going to go live every week, so I go live every week. So it just got me thinking about, are labels useful? Does it really matter? Or actually, if we were all just really solidly ourselves and accepted that, would we then be able to just accept where everybody else is and who everybody else is, etc.? So, you know, that whole thing of what you see is what you get. So I know we've got this thing where, you know, you see somebody and you make an instant judgment about whether they look nice and what are they wearing, do they look tidy, blah, blah, blah. I've always struggled with that. I don't really get that. I like to get to know someone by actually talking to them, having a conversation. I sort of struggle with the idea of finding out if somebody's like gay or bisexual, why that would make any difference to whether I like them or not. That I fundamentally don't understand that as a concept at all. Really don't mind what you do in the privacy of your own home, to be honest. It's got nothing to do with me. Obviously, I wear crazy glasses because I'm dyslexic and this really helps me. And again, some people would be like, oh, don't wear those when you're going live, because they do look really odd. But it doesn't stop me being me, wearing weird glasses or wearing a suit and tie, even though I'm biologically female. So I just sort of got me thinking about, you know, differences and similarities. Like, we're all human beings. Like, we all have people that we like and people we don't like. If you like everyone, again, that's something I don't understand. You can't like everyone because everybody's different and there are going to be things that annoy you about people and stuff. So if you do like everyone, that means you're changing who you are as a person to fit in with other people, and that doesn't make any sense to me. So I just wanted to put out there, like, basically, if we just all accepted that we are all who we are and what you see is what you get, or, you know, I like that WYSIWYG thing, like what you see is what you get, then wouldn't it be a better place to live rather than trying to work out what boxes people can fit into, or what labels you can give someone, in case that could be something that you could get like annoyed about or worried about or fixated on, or, you know, if you can just decompartmentalize somebody into, oh, they're autistic, or they're not your typical female, or that person's that thing, or whatever, then you're getting stuck and trapped in sort of maybe rules or stereotypes or even cultural biases that you've taken on board that maybe you haven't even thought about. So I love talking to people because I have cultural biases. I know I do. I'm a middle class, white, biologically female person. So I've got a whole set of stereotypes and cultural biases and class biases and stuff that I'm probably not even aware of, some of them. And I've been really so over the moon for some people to have pointed out to me, have you ever thought about it this way? And I've gone, oh God, no, I haven't. So that idea of like you have rules that you take from your schooling and your parents and the way where you are in the family. You know, I've heard so many things about being what it's like to be the youngest kid because I'm the youngest of four. It's like, do I have to take that on board, or what it is to be female? Now, I've been really lucky, even though I've been in a male dominated industry. I trained in IT and I worked in IT for a number of years before I had kids. I never noticed any sort of gender bias towards me at all. I was treated the same as everybody else, but maybe I was naive and I didn't see it, but I've never struggled with that, or I've never seen that. But you know, I sit and talk to people. I really love permaculture and the idea of making sure everybody gets sort of a fair share of this wonderful planet that we live on. And I know that when I'm thinking about where to go on holiday, I really struggle with ever thinking about going on a plane, because I actually feel quite ill getting on a plane because I know what that is doing to the planet, and I look at the things I buy. But I understand that not everybody's like that. Not everybody has that sort of visceral reaction. And I didn't know that until I spoke to people who were just fine getting on planes and traveling around the world and stuff. And that's fine. You do that. That's okay. But I don't want to do that because that's not my thing. And that, you know, there'll be other things that people will go, well, that's not a big deal to me. And it's like, cool. I cry at the drop of a hat, like watching I'm very sort of in touch with being empathic when I'm watching films. And again, people are like, oh my God, you cried at that thing. And I'm like, yeah, that's just who I am. And I don't want to change that. And I used to maybe want to change that. And maybe I was looking at the things that I am like, and the personality traits I have, or how intelligent I am, or the fact that I'm obsessed with puzzles and I get really excited about doing Rubik's Cubes and playing certain things, and think, well, no, nobody else does that. Maybe people will find that weird, but then that's just part of who I am. And I am a bit weird, and hopefully we're all a bit weird, because if you are the one normal person on the planet, that in itself is weird. If in the bell curve, you're in the middle of it on everything, then that in itself is weird. So I just thought I'd ramble on a bit about different things and stuff, and you accepting who you are the same way that I'm becoming more accepting of who I am as I get older. And I'm looking back at things that I thought were normal and maybe going, maybe that wasn't such a thing. And maybe it's okay to put people in boxes, but not if that's a judgment thing. Maybe if that's I'm going to treat you okay thing. I'm learning a lot about ableism at the moment, because obviously having a newly diagnosed husband with ADHD and potentially two kids with autism, I've got to start looking at how do I talk about things, and maybe these labels are a good thing to investigate, but not if it means it becomes a judgment, or you miss the person behind those labels or that diagnosis or whatever. So I just like the idea of let's all just be who we are and accept that on a certain day, what you see is what you get, and accept that nobody's really out there to be nasty to each other or horrible to each other or judgmental. But if they are, take it or leave it, leave them alone, move on, because there's always somebody else who's not going to be those things. And remember, whatever, you are fantastic, amazing, wonderful as you are. Be your best, wonderful, intentional selves. And if you want to find out more about what I do and why I do it, I'll keep posting things like this anyway, so you get to know a bit about me. But I am now doing a lot more stuff on my Telegram group, because I'm finding Facebook in particular quite tricky to do stuff on, and I'm trying to obviously stream more to YouTube. So come and just check me out. I'm essentially shamanic, essentially evolving, and I'm Viv Chamberlain Kid. So if you search for those things, you're probably going to find something somewhere that I'm on TikTok or Telegram or whatever. And I'll post some stuff in the comments below. If there's anything you want me to talk about from my crazy life that I've had up to this point. Again, just let me know, because my ramblings are just my ramblings. It's just thoughts that come out of my head. I don't particularly plan these because of my dyslexia and neurodivergent brain. If I try and plan, I end up sounding a bit of a prat. So what you see is what you get. Okay, remember, you're amazing. Take care. See you later. Bye.